Mm-hmm. Oh, that's in.
Bit too close.
Bit too close. So there we are. So thank you to Heidi for number 1. Absolutely perfect. That's lovely. Thank you very much. And I'm going to stop that there. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do is a very easy one, very good for on the job. I've used a 1 stroke which is called Fuzzies, which is one of my favourites. It's a Silly-Farm rainbow cake, not 1 stroke. So again, 1/4 of a round sponge across the eyelid there. And this I'm going to just carry round very gently. When you're looking for rainbow cakes, it's a good idea to always make sure that the end, the lightest end, which is generally the one that you're going to have near the eye, is a metallic. Because if it's a solid, it kind of cakes up in the corner of the eye. So that's a little tip. So she looks like she's got a bruised eye at the moment. That all will be better. Okay, so this one is just very, very simple, and it's just little tiny roses, but not 1 stroke. This is a very good one for on the job, and I'm just going to use black. That's all I'm going to use on this. No 1 strokes, nothing, just black. And we are going to start over here, and I'm going to wiggle my brush kind of different, let me zoom in a little, there we go. So just different weights, so I'm pressing down and then making a spiral with my little Flora number 2 brush, and I'm just making a spiral that I'm pressing and then lifting and pressing and lifting to make little tiny roses that I'm just drawing. So I'm going to just make a kind of C shape going round. I'm going to make them slightly smaller as I go round. Slightly smaller as I go round. Just making, and you can change the direction of your spirals. Let me just get a bit more water. Okay, so coming round a little bit more. So these are just little graphic roses. As I say, a very good one for on the job. Let me just pick this up so I don't have to keep loading. Very good one for on the job because you can literally just get this one done very quickly. So I've got halfway around the eye. I'm going to finish it with little hand-drawn leaves that are going to just come round and point in the direction of here. So I'm just drawing little tiny leaf shapes, and I'm going to add them elsewhere to fill in. So just drawing those in, just in any little tiny gaps. So we're getting those all drawn, and then finish off. I'm going to put some around the inside as well. There we go, and then one there, and then just little kind of dots to bring the design round, and they're not proper round dots because a pointed brush never does, but I quite like the kind of organic shape of the dots that this brush will produce. But if you wanted proper dots, round dots, you would use a number 4 round or something. All right, then I'm going to get my liner brush. Okay, and just get some flowy lines going around that, because that's quite a C shape at the moment, and so we want to just bring some little lines. And the thing is, with a liner brush, not so much control, so the lines will be what they will be, and that's what I quite like about it. So I'm going to bring some across there and just pull those round, letting them cross. So it's all quite flowy, and it's quite a nice Halloween sort of one, quite a nice Glamorween kind of design. If you don't want to do, scary stuff, to do pretty stuff because of the colours, and it's just red and black. And you could even make some of these little web, sort of connect them up with little web shapes and things. So that's that. And then I'm just going to try with this. I'm going to do little dots on my lines, like little beads. So it's a very simple design in terms of it's only a rainbow cake and black, but we can still make it pretty and have lovely details with our line work by putting little beads and little dots. I'm not doing every single line, but some, and then I'll just add some little dots and fillers. So just very decorative. Yeah. So just lift your face up a little bit. There we are. So that is all I'm going to do. That's it. If you wanted to, because I'm going to paint Heidi again, I'm not going to do this, but if you, because the glitter won't come off, and I've just get that off there where my fingers have touched your face, there we go. But I would get a glitter, very thin glitter, and then maybe pick some of the roses out, or some of the lines out. So shall I do it? I don't want to get glitter on her, because it'll just be all over her face, because we're going to wash it off immediately and do some more. But yeah, this is what I would do. Get one of these with a very thin line and just pick the roses out in a gold, or whatever colour coordinates with what you have. Obviously you don't have to go with the kind of red and gold background, it could be blue or green or anything, so whatever contrast. But then I would just go around these and add some little dots, and maybe some little dots on the little beads that we've made on the line work as well. So that is what I would do if I wasn't going to paint her immediately again. We don't want glitter all over her face. So that is another one, very good, quick, on the job, nice one to have in your arsenal. It's also one that you could repeat both eyes as a sort of a half sugar skull sort of design as well, which I have done before, kind of make a kind of mask out of it. If you imagine this on that side and this on that side, maybe with a gem in the middle. So that's another way you could adapt and expand this design for whatever you're doing. So there we are, that's another one. Thank you. I look fancy. Okay.